In this episode, we are joined by Summit Bajracharya from Signetic. He's going to show us how he's using Power Platform to transform how pharmacies operate in Washington State. Welcome to Keeping It Real with Power Platform, where we look at how real people use the Power Platform around the world to create awesome software solutions. And today, we have Summit Bajracharya joining us from beautiful Seattle, Washington.
Thank you so much, Leon.
Thank you for joining us today. And I'm going to start with a very easy one. So can you tell us about your journey with the Power Platform?
I started off my career as a Java developer, and we used to help organizations in their digital transformation, basically helping them from moving their paper-based process to more digitized solutions. The Power Apps was very new, and we tried to do something within our organization, so I created a leave management system. I was given a deadline of 2 weeks, but I ended up doing it within 3 days. I really loved it, how we can now focus on solving the problem.
That is wonderful. And I know that you started with this first application, and from there, I know that you build a lot. Actually, in fact, you build a wonderful system that includes applications, flows, and dashboards, and that transforms the entire operation of your company. So I'd love if you could show us some of what you built.
We have a bunch of applications that we have built. The first one being the staff app. This app is basically used by staff or pharmacy practitioners or medical health operators. When a patient show up to register their services, they will search their name, and once they have found the patient, if their appointments are already scheduled. So we also have a patient portal where they can service for their appointments. If not, they can do a walk-in, and at that point they can get a walk-in appointment scheduled. With the insurance information on the file, they can do a coverage if that particular patient is covered by the insurance. When they are giving or administering that particular service, they can go inside and fill the information. But let's say during that same encounter, they want to take other services as well. They can keep on adding different services that our platform supports. If there is any information missing, there will be a validation message that will be shown. At this point, to administer the flow, these are the two billing codes that will be used for that particular services. So this is how we are fulfilling a particular service during a pharmacy visit.
So this is one of the apps that you have. Looks great. Is there anything else that you can show us? Any other app that comes next in terms of like the customer journey that you transformed?
So we have a manager portal where all this information is pre-configured. So this is something, this is a back office application which is used on a desktop, where they can set up all these data required for particular services. Everything is covered within this manager portal. So for all the claims and billing processes, we have a billing operation portal. So this is basically used by billing operators who will check what are the errors that were there in the claim. Here they can take a look at all the claims that needs to be fixed, and they will go to the individual patient. They will see what are the information that needs to be corrected. If their insurance ID needs to be corrected, they will correct it through here. If their eligibility check needs to be done, they can do it through here. If they want to update their insurances, they can do it through here. And then they can do a revalidation and send it to the insurance as a part of a batch claim. The stakeholders of the organization can look what has actually happened throughout their insurances. This is a Power BI dashboard where they can see how many appointments fulfilled during a particular date range, how many claims were created, how many were non-billable, how many were billable, and then how many claims needed attention so that they can work on it and fix it. From here, they get a more holistic view of all the claim that happens at the back end. We also support DME operations. So DME is basically durable medical equipment like your wheelchair or CPAP devices. With Power Platform, what we have done is we are able to create a workflow of all the information that needs to be captured while processing a DME. With this platform, they can provide all the documentation, they can capture all the information while giving these DME orders. So it's a very complicated process that we have simplified for the pharmacies as well.
This is used by a lot of your customers. Can you tell us more or less around like who is using this? What's the impact that this is having, which I know that is very significant?
We have large number of pharmacies in Washington, and we are expanding throughout the United States. It's very difficult to track the claim rejections. So with this, now they were able to add more to their revenue. The patients are having an easy time getting their appointments scheduled. They also have a good time in getting access to their data. So overall, the whole operation of those health centers, those pharmacies, or even the cities that some of that are using it are being really optimized and adding it to the overall experience of the staff.
That's super cool. So we just covered like a front end, like a great application to interact with the process, back-end application to manage the process, data application to make sure that all the data is correct and nobody ever has to touch the database, and also reporting to make sure that we understand everything that's happening. And of course, as we were talking, there's implied a lot of intelligence behind the scenes in the form of flows or different forms of orchestrating everything that's happening, like full digital transformation, all with the Power Platform. How can people stay up to date with the work that you're doing?
So you can find me on LinkedIn. Just search for my name. For all the work that Signetic has been doing, you can find us on LinkedIn or X.
Thank you very much for sharing all of this with us, and thank you for watching. See you in the next episode of Keeping It Real with Power Platform. Bye for now.